Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the GameCast NewsCast. I am Snowy, otherwise known as Count Fracula. Joining me this week, we have Sully.
Holla.
And we have Sully's friend, Sunday Stroller.
First time.
Yes.
Getting it in there.
Indeed. I believe you're Sully's high school friend, if I heard correctly.
Yeah, we go way back.
Oh, yeah, I think primary school would be...
Technically primary school. I don't think we were friends in primary school.
Yeah, maybe not. We knew of each other.
Yeah, we're too busy chasing girls. And we realised they were too
This
hard.
guy was a dick in primary school. I didn't want anything to do with him.
One of us was probably a dick. I don't know. It could have been me.
Yeah,
I
one
think,
of us, one
I
of
think
us.
you're actually a year above me, that's why.
Yeah, I reckon that's the case, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, though. I'm a little bit hazy on the details. It's been a very long time since school. Very long.
It's making you feel old.
Yeah, I'm feeling old. Like, actually feeling old now. Not just in numbers.
Body's getting creaky.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
I'm tired. It's not even 8 o'clock.
I am always tired. I live in a perpetual state of tired, so deal with it.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm into.
Yeah.
I think that's just life.
Yes, it is. Anyway, speaking of life, Sully! What have you been playing this week?
Oh, Lord. I'm going to disappoint the audience again.
For
No,
fuck's
I played a singular, maybe 2 games of Overwatch this week. Other than that, working on GameCast stuff as per usual. However, there is a glimmer of hope because I have just recently reinstalled Doom after we last spoke about it on Pocket Edition. So
I did that
I'm going
as
to be
well,
having
actually,
a playthrough
yeah.
of Doom. Yeah, I'm actually really keen for that.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Sunday Stroller, aka Matt, has not played it.
Oh, actually, I'm
Nah,
a
defend
remastered
yourself.
version. Let's
Remastered
that
version?
out. I was-
What remastered version?
What, of
Well,
the
I played the
original
originals.
Oh, you
Played the original.
Oh,
Dooms,
okay,
I just
alright.
have not played the new ones. That's
Jesus.
all.
If you hadn't played the original, I'd let you off the hook because it's from another time. But Doom 2016 on PS4.
Yes, I have to get onto it.
Shame.
When was the first one out?
93.
Oh, the original one. Yeah. Donkeys.
No,
ago.
not the first remastered one. Let's go with that.
The first remastered one. Was there a remastered one?
Well, I don't know. What's the latest one called that came out?
Doom 2016.
Yeah.
Unofficially
It was just
2016.
called fucking Doom again, because of course it was.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Alright, well, as of 2016, I haven't played any Doom.
Okay. There we go.
That was tough.
You need to play it. It's very good.
It's amazing, yeah. This will be my
I've been told.
third playthrough of Doom on 2 different systems, so...
Alright, I'll write that one to the to-do list.
Well, there we go. So, Sully making the segment boring again for everyone. Well done.
Adding in conversation? Oh, I apologise. Extra
Yes.
bonus
Well,
bits.
you know, that's what happens when you don't fucking play anything.
Fun facts about Doom.
I actually watched a few documentaries on Doom this week because I felt like
So did
it.
I.
It's your fault.
So did I.
Just like,
I can't remember. There was a
I
dude,
want to-
what's his name? The Sin dude. Oh, I can't remember. I was watching some just this big 20-minute video about this guy who turned into something, who's like the main protagonist or something. I don't know. It was fascinating. I've already forgotten half of it clearly, but fascinating
gonna
stuff.
say, I
The
don't know
lore
what
is
the fuck
rich.
you're talking
Fascinating,
about.
was it?
Yeah, it's just
So
Sin.
fascinating, I've forgotten
Sin.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I watched the No Clip documentary about it. So it was in 3
Oh,
parts.
that is good. I've seen that one. That's
That
really
is
good,
good,
actually.
I do like No Clip. Anyway,
About how the game changed. Yeah.
yeah, and then I watched, it was like a 20-minute video going through the AI of it and how it all works. And it was actually quite interesting. Anyway, so, Sunday Stroller, what have you been playing this week? Please be more than
Well.
Sully.
Probably less.
Probably 2 games less of Overwatch.
Fuck's sake. 1.5
There's
games
been
of Overwatch.
There's been a lot of work. No, I have played a few games of PUBG. I'm still into the PUBG train.
Not many people on GameCast are, actually. I think you're
No.
one of the first
okay.
people that's actually come on here who's into the PUBG.
Well, there you go. I
Let's say,
like it how I can jump in and play for 20 minutes and then jump out again. No progression needed, no skill trees to fill in. It's good for a travelling man like myself.
Fair enough.
Dig it.
Yeah.
Do not blame me. What do you
And you
play
played
on?
about-
Because it's out on phones, isn't it, now as well?
Yeah, it is, but I play on PC still. So
Okay. That's a bit better.
I have seen people
I
play on
wanna
the phone
play
one, but
on
I'm
the phone.
fairly certain they're hooking in laptops and keyboards and
'Cause
mouse into the
I
phone
would not
one.
just want to play it on a phone. I know my phone it's one of the Motorola Z phones that you can just attach a mod to, and that's got a controller mod that you can snap onto it. It basically makes it look a bit like a PSP. So I'd use that for it, but I wouldn't just play it on a touchscreen. That's terrible.
Have you played any Fortnite? Anyone?
No, I haven't
No.
actually played Fortnite.
Yeah.
I've
I
got
can't be
Fortnite.
bothered building fucking walls. That's my problem.
I've got Fortnite downloaded on my Switch, but I just cannot be asked to play it.
I've played 3 games on the Switch. It's okay. I find the limitations of the Switch kind of frustrating compared to, obviously PC or controller. But, it was fine. But I'm with Sunday. It's, the building is kind of cumbersome and I can't be stuffed. But it's kind of funny how the game kind of developed as like a wave defense type game, and then just boom, it became the most successful battle royale game when PUBG was already on the scene. That's kind of just a slap to the face.
Has it outnumbered the?
Yeah,
It's got
astronomically
more players than
larger
PUBG,
than
does it?
PUBG. Yeah, crushing it.
Okay. Well, so it beats the whole of China.
Yeah, it's crushing everything. Fortnite. It is the game of the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a few friends that play it on the PS4. I'm not sure about, I know the PUBG aiming mechanics on the Xbox are awful, I've heard. So I'm not sure how you go playing those type of games on it. But
Not something I'm a fan of using controller, but I'm not a fan of using controller for a lot of things unless it's more necessary. So
There's a big adjustment period for controllers.
yeah, there is.
yeah.
Anyway, so you both have played fuck all, so great. This section's going real well. So move on to me then. This week I have been playing some more Dead Cells because I have done a review of it.
Completely original.
Yes, a completely original review that has not been plagiarized in any way. Guess
Make
what?
sure you watched all the other reviews first.
Oh
before you
yeah,
did your
definitely.
Just in case.
Wasn't that difficult, funnily enough, to not plagiarize? Who'd have fucking thought? Seriously, I don't get that. He acted like he didn't.
No.
He acted like he didn't do it on purpose. It's like,
Yeah, and
What?
he hasn't apologised as far as I know.
It's-
has he?
Have you watched
He-
the Jimquisition?
yes, I loved it. He
That
read it.
was
He read it all out in
great.
a child's. He read everything
Yeah.
he said out in a child's voice, and it was hilarious. Oh, good.
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, it's good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So I've done a review on Dead Cells that is coming out on Monday, and yeah, I'm just TLDR. It's really fucking good.
Your review or the game? Or both?
I have a massive inferiority complex, so I'm gonna say my review's shit, but
Okay, well,
people might
I
disagree.
mean, look at who you're going against.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'll drop you a comment, mate, and a heart. A heart and a comment.
a heart. They don't do hearts anymore, Sully.
Don't they? Oh, it doesn't. Emojis don't work?
Oh, right, that kind of art. Right, no. Anyway, it's a real good game. I've been playing it on Switch and PC, just sort of alternating depending on where I am in the house. It's a really good game. It's just you can just play it for 20 minutes. Like you just do one run, you die, and you're like, okay, there we go, that's done. But
Where are you up to?
I actually recorded a run because I was like, all right, I need to record some footage for the review to put on. And in the run that I happened to record, I got to the final boss, the furthest I've ever got in the fucking game.
Oh, shit.
And I died on the final boss.
Oh,
I
good
was
footage
so
then.
annoyed.
So, is there any cross save between PC and Switch, or are you
No,
having two different
there's no
runs?
cross save, so I'm using it on it's on 2 save files. But
Fuck, that's frustrating.
yeah, but at the same time, the only difference that you end up with is the weapons you've unlocked, and I don't really mind
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Especially considering
variety.
my favourite weapons is things that I've already basically unlocked from the start.
Yeah.
How far did I get in that final boss? I want to see. I'm just looking through footage now.
Do you cover in your review, is there any difference between the two platforms?
I feel like, because I'm using an Xbox One controller on PC, because you kind of have to with this. I didn't get that far through the final boss, by the way. I just checked. I got about a third of its health down. Ooh. That's depressing.
That's right. I never made it to like the third area, so
yeah,
you're doing better than me.
It's
How long
tough.
does it take to get to the final boss? What's a single run?
That run is about 50 minutes.
So it's like a dungeon crawling permadeath game, if you weren't aware of what it is. Except you keep certain progression and stats like weapons and stuff and unlocks, so you get a little bit further every time. But it can be pretty grindy, but it's pretty tough. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Okay, and is it after you beat the final boss that it, or you go through a second run through or something? You don't know.
There is sort of you do just keep going, and there's other bits that you unlock through beating the final boss. But obviously, I've not done that yet. But yeah,
Just go watch Philip's review. He covers it very well.
yeah, go watch that guy. No, the run to get to the final boss was about 50 minutes, give or take. So it was a surprisingly long run, although I did get... One of the levels took me far too long to complete because I just... I thought I'd got all of it and I just couldn't find the exit and I had to keep sort of backtracking and going through bits. But yeah, about 50 minutes for a run through if you complete it. But your sort of average run through will be about half an hour because you'll die. You'll die a lot.
Yeah. Now, it's definitely impossible, right, to complete the game on a single run, right? Like
It's
first time.
very
second time.
unlikely, yeah.
All right. I was wondering if anyone's done it, that's all. I'm sure someone
Oh,
has.
more than likely.
there'll
There'll be some.
There'll be
twat.
someone on Twitch that's done it with their fucking feet
Speed
or
run.
something.
Yeah. Some guys completed it in like 10 minutes, some ridiculous thing. Oh, I hate people that do that.
Like Guitar Hero or some shit.
Oh yeah, give it a month
Guitar
and someone
Hero
will have done that, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it controls better on PC than Switch. Because I'm using an Xbox controller, which is better than the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
I don't mind the Joy-Cons, but I feel less in control on the Switch than I do on an Xbox controller.
I think there's less resistance on the Switch Joy-Cons or something.
So something's different about them, and it just makes it feel a bit more... I don't know, it's just because I'm not used to it yet. How long have I been talking already? God, 13 minutes,
wow.
okay.
13 minutes.
Alright. Anyway, so, yeah, Dead Cells is, real good. Look out for the review on Monday. I've also started playing Horizon Zero Dawn because I got that in the PS4 sale.
Yes.
I managed to get the complete edition for £25. And that's the cheapest
Complete
I've ever
edition?
seen it anywhere. That's like the
that including
game
DLC?
of the year, effectively.
Okay. Has it got the DLC though?
Yeah, so that's,
Okay. Yep. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, so I got that for
Good game.
25 quid, and I'm not complaining. I've never seen it lower than 30, even second hand, so I'll take that.
Yeah. That's a fun game.
Yeah, good game. I've played a couple of hours of it. I just started playing it last night. It's pretty good. I'm real bad at actually firing the bow and arrow accurately, but it's good.
Well, you better get used to that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. That's it. The game kind of opens up about the 4 or 5 hour mark though. That's where it starts to take off.
I'm sort of getting towards that point. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. It's all like really interesting world building, and it's very easy to get dogpiled by watchers. I found out.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are pricks.
Alert one of them, and then look, there's one behind you that you didn't notice. That now knows
Just
where you
leaps
are.
on your back.
Yeah. It's real fun. Real
they're
fucking
pretty savage.
fun. Anyway, yeah, it's a good game. I'm enjoying it so far. And I'll probably play more of it later, except I have about 10 videos to record, so maybe not. Anyway, so that is what we have been playing this week. Mostly what I've been playing.
Fucko.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's all that, and let's move on to the first story of the show.
Hit me with Ass Creed.
You know how much I love to hit your ass. Anyway, Ubisoft. I'm actually starting the story with that, why not? Ubisoft have revealed that there will not be an Assassin's Creed in 2019.
But we're getting another shitty movie. 'Cause that's what happened last time, right?
I'm going to point out, they said there was going to be no Assassin's Creed, I believe it was in 2016. And they ended up releasing Assassin's Creed Origins, which is a set of 3... is it Origins? Or is that the new one? That's the new one. Yeah.
Oh, the 2D platformers?
The 2D platformers, yeah.
I can't remember what they're called.
Anyway, they released a set of 3 2D platform Assassin's Creed games and a movie.
One of them was shit.
I've not heard glowing things about the 2D platformers.
Oh, I heard that the first one was received fairly
I've
well.
heard
and
they're
everything
fine.
else I was like, eh. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
The movie, absolutely not. Avoid at all costs.
I can't say I was planning on watching it, to be honest.
Oh, it's terrible. It's a train
got-
wreck.
I think
It's got Fassbender in it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably killed his career almost. It's terrible.
Yeah, almost. Haven't seen him since.
I've not seen him in much recently, no.
Yeah, X-Men, the last film that he did. I think that was
Yeah,
that was before.
X-Men Apocalypse,
Yeah.
that was not very good either.
Oh, and that tank too. Yeah, he's gone. See you later.
It's a shame because he's a good actor. But anyway, yeah. The only redeeming thing, the only thing that makes me think, oh, okay, they did all right with that film is not making him future Desmond.
Oh god, thank God.
Imagine
he
that.
had another one that tanked as well. I think it was the Snowman. So he's had 3 tanks. 3 tanks.
Oh. That's a shame because I remember seeing the trailer for that. I thought it looked quite good.
Yeah, apparently terrible.
Oh, well, fuck.
Anywho.
Bye-bye, Michael.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so don't go see the Assassin's Creed movie. It's not very good. Although I know someone who absolutely loved it, and I don't quite understand.
Oh no.
I know, I don't understand it.
That's terrible.
Anyway, yeah, so we're apparently not going to get a game next year, and instead they're going to be supporting Assassin's Creed Origins because, of course, everything now is a live service.
Well, yes, it is a very different Assassin's Creed game though, Origins, right? Like it's a open world RPG, so they could potentially release just new areas.
Origins is
or
last year's,
worlds.
Odyssey is this one.
Oh, Odyssey? Wait, which one am I thinking of?
Origins
The
was
Egyptian
last year's Egyptian, yeah.
one. Okay.
This is Odyssey because it's like Homer's Odyssey because Greek,
this
remember?
year, after this year's.
Yeah, we've still got
gotcha.
this year's
Sorry,
coming.
my bad. Okay, so I'm assuming even then, like this year's will be another open world game, I would assume.
They essentially are all open world games ish,
Well,
aren't they?
the previous ones were more linear in terms of play spaces, whereas was it Origin? Origin was very open world. It was like a traditional open world RPG, and I'm guessing that's why they took an extra year's break so they could put development time into a bigger
break in
project.
big inverted commas.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Is it that, or is it a bit of the Call of Duty effect? People just getting a little bit.
Well, yes, that
entitled,
as well.
or-
I think.
Yeah,
I think that's probably why they
open
decided
world
to.
fatigue is huge at the moment because there's
Yeah.
so fucking many. It's become the default setting that the military shooter was a few years ago.
I'm assuming it's probably for both, like open world fatigue and the Assassin's Creed formula getting old as well. So.
Oh yeah, there's only so many different bits you can just add out of nowhere before it starts feeling just token.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at Call of Duty. I'm sure it's going to sell well, but nobody's talking about it at all. People are talking about it, but they're saying the beta is bland and boring, lifeless.
Yeah,
And you got Battlefield, which is tanking pre-order wise as well. So all these long-running franchises.
I don't care what game it is,
running
good
out of
that it's
steam.
tanking pre-order wise. Fuck pre-orders.
Well, yeah, that's another point. But, Call of Duty will just be one of those things that becomes like FIFA. It'll be every year, and that fan base will gobble it up every year. And we
It
just won't
already
even hear
is
about it.
like that, surely.
Well, yeah, it's almost there now.
is.
Yeah,
Well, I'd say it was there a few years ago.
I'm gonna
But
say.
yeah, I would agree with
I
that.
mean,
Yeah,
they're like, are we going to see we're getting a little off topic, but are we going to see
That's
like a
fine.
turn towards the more Fortnite sort of ish games? Because that seems to be the in thing at the moment.
Yes, everything has a battle royale mode because it needs
Yeah.
it. Definitely, they're not just keeping up on the gravy train. No, everything needs a
the
battle
live
royale
services
mode.
count. The live
We could be seeing
services.
Ubisoft deciding just to take a year off and see where the
boxes.
Oh, Jesus.
see where the game industry goes, and then they're going to reassess where they're going to head with the the franchise, I'm guessing, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Well,
That'd be my
isn't
take on
Call of Duty getting a battle royale
Yeah.
esque game mode?
Yeah.
And that's why there's no single player, probably because they've been putting extra time into that.
I don't give a fuck.
Neither do I. It's just
Honestly.
another battle royale.
Do not care about Call of Duty. It's one of those games
Mate,
that is
no.
for the dude bros, and that's about it. It's not for me.
Mate, the only battle royale I care about is the Halo 6 one.
It's what, sorry?
It's a Halo 6 Battle Royale.
Oh,
You're just making
fuck
it up.
off.
It's not even
Jeez.
announced yet.
No,
I'm
it's
calling
not
it.
announced. Oh, no. Please, no. I don't need that.
Oh,
I
get
don't
on it.
want that.
The franchise, the Halo franchise doesn't need that.
Well,
Jeez.
I don't think they know what the Halo franchise needs, but
Nothing needs a Battle Royale mode anymore.
nothing
The-
does. Just
The only reason they're adding it is because the popular thing's out, but the popular thing's already popular, so why are people gonna get into the other thing?
look, I've said this 1,000 times before. The battle royale mode is just going to become another game mode like Team Deathmatch, Capture the Flag. That's just all it's going to become. It's not special anymore.
Yeah.
Rainbow Siege will probably get a battle
watch,
royale mode.
Watch PUBG Corp try and sue everyone that
I
puts
would-
one in then.
I would play a Rainbow Siege Battle Royale mode. I would definitely play
Just
that.
throws all the game mechanics out the window.
I had an idea for it too. You have a
Oh no.
you have a skyscraper and you drop in certain floors and then you got to fight up or down floors. That would be
Oh
shit.
yeah, so verticality,
That would be
like
shit.
esque
Yeah.
map. That's where the size of the map comes from. Up. That's cool.
Yeah.
I could do that. That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
that's different.
Yeah. There you go. Somebody hires me.
So if you're listening, Rainbow, there you go. There's your idea.
Ubisoft. We'll leave his contact information in the description box.
All I want is 1% of sales. That's all I want.
Sell it up a
Not
bit
that
more,
big
jeez.
I'll take 1%.
You won't even get that. They're just stealing the idea now from this podcast.
Yeah.
That's fine. Steal away.
Anyway, back to Assassin's Creed. So yeah, Yves Guillemot of Ubisoft Phase, the CEO, basically said that on Assassin's Creed we have a game in 2018 and we only have one this year. We're not going to have any next year. It's because the team just because the team were working separately. So we have two games now. One, so this is for Origins and Odyssey. So they had two teams working because they both made it basically at the same time. Because reasons. It's confirmed that there won't actually be any smaller spin-offs this year. Or next year, rather. So we're not... Well, he says we're not going to have any of that. However, I don't trust him. I think they're going to be like at E3 next year. They're going to be like, oh, we have a surprise. We're actually bringing out a small Assassin's Creed spin-off. You didn't realise this. We said we weren't going to do it, but you want it so much, so we're going to do it for you.
Did he specifically say no new Assassin's Creed?
So we're getting a remaster of the
That's what I'm
original,
thinking.
is that
He'll
what you're saying?
remaster the
Yeah,
original.
this is the...
That's
We're
gonna
going to get a HD version.
That's gonna pad their books out next Christmas. That's
A
it.
4K version.
4K. Yep.
It's
More
new
realistic.
buzzword, isn't it?
4K. More realistic horses. That's
yeah,
it.
only
More parrying swords.
only 50% likely to get stuck in a wall this time.
50% more hail bales.
Whoa.
100% more internet connection needed.
Yeah. How realistic are these hay bales, Sully? I need to know.
Yeah. You can. There's so many hays you cannot count them all.
They need to be... How historically accurate are they, though? I need to know how accurate these bales are.
It's in 4K, man. We can investigate it when it launches.
Yeah, you can even find that pin, that
Yeah,
needle.
We'll zoom in.
That would be
Use
quite
all the
funny if you
pixels
just
at our
like had
disposal.
one hay bale in the whole game that had a pin in it, and you took damage when you jumped into it. That
kills you.
would be a really funny Easter egg. Just have one hay bale that does that.
Achievement unlocked. You found,
Yeah, you
found the
found
deadly
pin.
hay bale.
Definitely a platinum trophy on the PS4.
That would be pretty great. However, I don't have enough faith in Ubisoft to do anything that fun with Assassin's Creed anymore because it's it's their thing.
How do you sell that story?
How do you sell?
Right. How do you
story that they're not going to have?
Sorry,
one?
I'm back on the remaster train.
Oh right. How do you sell a remaster of number one?
How do you market the story? The story that began it all and went nowhere.
Desmond has a nightmare.
Yeah, Desmond just became irrelevant. They never wrapped it up. They just fucked it.
Didn't they?
Maybe they'll have a visual novel style prequel.
I have no idea what the story is. I stopped a long time ago.
The story just literally decided to stop and become irrelevant because they realized they wanted to build it into a yearly franchise. So they just fucked Desmond in the ass, and that's it. Here we are.
Well, they made him kill his
upsetting.
girlfriend and then die, so...
Yeah, that was pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Is that Michael Fassbender again?
Spoilers, if you were going to pick up the remaster and play it for the first
for
time.
Assassin's Creed 3 and
remaster.
3.5 that were years ago.
The remaster, mate. We're starting it again. This next generation.
No. No.
I'm calling it now. I'm putting the flag in the ground. Assassin's 1 remaster, E3
I can
this
imagine
year.
them doing that, though.
Christmas.
Don't,
Christmas.
No.
I'll buy it for you.
Please, no. Oh, fuck.
All I can think of is that fucking Steve Carell gif.
Oh, yeah. From The Office. It's like, no,
please,
fuck, no. Oh, God, I don't need that in my life. Yeah. Well, we know the actual reason anyway. It's because they want to push the live service model for this one, for Odyssey. They want to make it seem like it's actually a worthwhile prospect as opposed to a money-grabbing piece of shit. Who said that?
Yeah. It makes sense, doesn't it?
Well, it makes sense that they're doing it, but it's still shit.
I'm assuming the numbers on Origin are quite healthy still.
Well, we don't know because the games industry never gives out sales figures. They're the least useful people in the world.
It's going to be interesting to see how far the next installment goes in terms of expanding that live service or, open world or player interactivity.
It's our biggest open world yet! The most bland one in existence, filled with pointless activities!
4-player co-op.
Try and guess which franchise I'm talking about there. Go on. Guess. Answer, fucking all of them. Big open worlds with nothing in them. They're so dull.
Yeah, I can't say anything been attractive
Witcher
since
3?
The original.
The Witcher 3 has
Oh,
stuff
maybe
in
Witcher
it.
3.
That's what I'm saying.
The Witcher
That's
3
the
is
one
pretty
game, right?
content-rich.
It's the one game, the one
And there was-
recent open world game that has stuff to do.
There was GTA. I mean, that was a relatively big one, but
Yeah, but that was 5 years ago.
yeah.
Red Dead
that's
next
true.
month. We'll see how that
That is
pans
true.
out.
That might be
yeah.
another one. Let's see how filled that one is.
Well, there we go. So, no new Assassin's Creed to look forward to in 2019, but Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out soon, so look forward to that instead. And with that, let's move on to the next story.
Okay.
The Vive is a VR headset. There you go. That's the news. Let's move on. Yeah, the Vive is real good. It's a really fun thing. I like it. I have one. It's great. There you go.
But
but there is one issue with the Vive, and that is the fact that the wires on the headset are a little bit intrusive. Now they're not as bad as some people make them out to be. Like, unless you're an idiot, you're not gonna trip up over them, really. Like, you'll just end up with a situation where it's in an awkward place and you just have to sort of shift it slightly. But some people are morons and are going to trip up over them. So, that's how it works. That's life. And
it also apparently
until
breaks
now,
the immersion, right?
Yeah, breaks the immersion of the world. Definitely. No, it doesn't. Well, I mean, it does if you trip over, but you know.
Oh, I'd say it maybe does, because if you're spinning, it wraps around you, and then if you got to spin the other way to get it off you.
You don't really. No, I
Doesn't
never
it?
really have that issue. Maybe it's just because I don't move
I have
around.
that issue
enough.
sometimes.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just lazy and I don't move around enough, but it doesn't really bother me. But yeah, so companies HTC until now haven't actually come up with a proper solution for it. Although an external company, who I cannot remember, the name
Hyperlink,
of. No, it wasn't Hyperlink.
DisplayLink.
It was something Link, definitely, but I can't remember what it was called specifically. Came up with a third-party wireless headset or wireless adapter for it, and it wasn't cheap. I don't think it was about 300 quid. TP Cast is what it was called, and some people don't. Some people have had a lot of issues with it. Oh wow!
Ooh.
Okay.
It's an
there's
expensive
a lot
thing
of
to have
issues
issues with.
with the TP Cast, the third-party one.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, a lot of people have had some issues with it. It's not.
It was DisplayLink, by the way, that they partnered with
Oh, okay.
to build this new adapter.
I see. Oh, is this the new one? Is
Yeah.
right.
$300 new one.
Yes, we'll get to that in a second. So yes, HTC have finally partnered with, as you say, DisplayLink to get an official wireless adapter going. Hooray! However, aside from the obvious fact that yes, this is generally a good thing, and if you own a Vive, this is probably a pretty decent thing to get, there are a few issues with it. And we'll start with the price. Now,
That's my issue. I can't afford it.
that is, yeah, it's also my biggest issue because it's $300 US, which is about 400 Australian dollars and about 250 pounds. Although, because of Brexit, it will be sold for 300 pounds. I am not making that up. That has been consistently happening for the last 2 years. Anyway, let's move the politics aside. So it's $300, which is a little bit expensive. I mean, yeah, sure, there's a lot of hardware and different things going into this, which we will get onto, but it's a bit odd. It's a really high price. Doesn't take long to install, though. And the other major issue involving the price is the fact that if you own a Vive Pro, which I don't because they're just, fuck me, they're so expensive. They are, if I remember rightly, they are £800 just for the headset with no base station sensors at all.
This is what I don't get, this bit.
Yeah, if you own a Vive Pro, you have to buy an additional compatibility pack which has a connection cable for the Vive Pro with some extra padding and an attachment device for the Pro for an
So you have to buy
$60.
Oh, so you have to buy an adapter for your adapter to work with the superior version of the
Yes.
Vive, correct?
I will.
What?
I know.
Do we have any idea on the release date on these two? Like, do they release the same time? Like, why is
I
this
think
a thing?
I believe so. The pre-order is going live on September the 5th, and it's being released on September the 24th. But that's all at the same time. So, you know, at least you won't have to wait an extra 6 months for the Pro pack. But that's ridiculous, isn't it? Surely.
It is ridiculous, but quick question, Count, because you've obviously researched the Vive because you've bought them. I'm a little bit behind on it. So obviously there's a base Vive and then a Pro Vive, right?
Yes.
So do you need this extra adapter with the base model?
No.
No.
You just need to buy the wireless adapter.
That's insane.
I know. I do have a slight issue because the Vive I have has the extra. It's called the deluxe audio bit. So it's basically just an attachment that actually has proper audio gear on it, as opposed to the shit stuff that just comes with the normal Vive. In fact, I think if you just buy the Vive on its own, you just have to buy headphones with a really long cable.
Yep.
But this actually has audio built into it, so it's a bit better. Yeah, because I got it on a Black Friday deal, so I actually got that bit for free. So
Oh, nice.
wasn't because that's normally, guess what, an extra £300.
Oh.
So fucking expensive.
This is why nobody has
The
it.
only reason I bought that thing is because I had inheritance money at the time. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to afford it. It's so cost prohibitive. A Vive. They're really good. They are amazing, but they are goddamn expensive.
I've not even tried one.
I've played on one, and it felt like the next step to me. The next step into from 2D to 3D. Like that step when you played, back in the 90s. It felt like the next step to me. However, I am also priced out. I cannot get it. I suppose this is a good step in the right direction, considering the next model may have a wireless built in. You don't have to buy this shit. It will just...
Yeah, the next one beyond the Pro.
It will probably have it all built
You'd
in.
hope
Exactly.
so.
Yeah, much better.
They'll
So
still
it is a
flog you
step
for
in the
it.
right direction.
Yeah. I will point out, though, as I say, my only sort of qualm with this is because I have the deluxe audio thing. Will that still work? Just the base thing on its own if I buy the wireless adapter with this? Because it's not overly clear.
Does it transmit audio? Who knows?
I don't know.
Did they say anything?
Yeah, it's a bit...
Surely it would. Surely it wouldn't render it useless. Surely.
I don't know. They don't say.
Yeah, they haven't said whether it...
Yeah, they've not said at
So-
all. I'm looking on HTC's announcement website thing for this. And they just haven't said at all.
So would you like a fun fact for the Pro kit in Australian dollars currently?
Oh, go for it.
So the HTC Vive Pro kit with obviously the VR headset, controllers, base station, and link box. I'm not sure what the link box is $1,999.
Holy fuck! Is that the Pro, is it?
That's the Pro.
What's the base?
I'm going to say what's the
I'm
base
just
edition?
pulling off random information, something called Oz Bargain Bin. It is price changes or $999.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I believe the Pro in this country... I will have a look, because I'm on HTC's website, so I can just look. The Pro on its own is so that's without any base stations or anything else.
Doom VR?
Yes, there is Doom VR. I have that. Is $800 on its own, and the starter kit, which just comes with everything, is $1,098, which is about £800 on its own. That sounds about right because our currencies work out about 2 to 1 normally.
Count. Stop talking and tell us about Doom VR.
I just do currencies in my head all the time. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah. Also, the Pro starter kits, so the Pro, the controllers, and the base stations are actually out of stock at the moment. Oh.
Is Doom VR good? Have you played it?
I played 2 minutes of it. I was in a lift. The lift opened. A big monster
That's
ran
exactly
at me and
what I'm looking
killed
at right
me, and I was like, I don't want to play that anymore. That was terrifying.
Has it got the same level of fidelity though? Is it the same as Doom 2016?
Well, you got your hand track. You got your what are they called? The trackpads.
Yeah,
you hold.
those things.
And you can see your arms moving like in the air.
Yes.
Right.
Pretty unreal. It's pretty bloody unreal.
Is Doom as it's titled Doom VFR? Is it Doom 2016 or is it a different kind of standalone thing?
It's not like Fallout VR, Fallout 4, where it's just Fallout 4 but in VR. There is some there are differences to it, but in essence, it is. I think it basically runs parallel to Doom 2016 storyline. So,
okay,
yeah,
and just heavily custom. All right, I need to play this.
There's another one I played called Raw Data.
I've heard of that one.
That was unreal. You like stand in a room and you pretty much got to hold it against like encroaching robots.
You know what I'd love to play in VR? Super hot.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, like to just put it in scale, you were talking about the controllers earlier. The tracking is so good. You can, if you don't have the strap around your wrist, you can chuck the controller up in the air and catch it because the tracking is that good.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like you can
see
see
it.
the
You can see
controller.
the outline.
real time.
Yeah, you can
in
see the
your
controller
virtual
so
reality.
well in your field of view that you're just like, oh, it's there, and you can just catch it.
That's
Yeah.
That's how
insane.
good the tracking is on the.
And if you hold your controller out, so you're holding a gun, and you rotate your arm like you're rotating a gun, the arm in the actual, like your vision, your forearm in the vision will rotate with it.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
your
insane.
own arm. It's unbelievable.
it is. Yeah, like if you've never experienced it before, go and try it if you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear there's some.
We have got some
what's it,
cafes around here that have VR.
Yeah, there's some arcades opening up around us. So
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, there's one up in Mount Barker actually as well that just opened. That's got a VR unit
Yeah,
up there, so I wouldn't
so-
mind trying it.
I'm
so-
So I can't
Good
afford
try
that.
Yeah, out of the VR headsets, the Vive, while the most expensive is, in terms of technical specifications, it is the best. Like you
Absolutely.
it's basically just two 1080p. Like the base one is two 1080p screens on your face. The Pro is two 4K screens on your face, and the tracking on everything is spectacular. The Oculus is a good balance between cost and performance. So if you can sacrifice the performance of it for, for the price, then great, go for the Oculus. Although I've apparently also heard that their controllers are slightly better.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. I've not.
At
tried.
what point, though, when it's so expensive as what the HTC is and the Vive, HTC and Oculus, at what point, there's not really much of a stepping stone beyond like Samsung Gears and all that? Like, wouldn't you just go, well, I'm just going to get the best for an extra couple $100?
Yeah.
Like, how much cheaper is the Oculus Rift?
The Oculus Rift it's gone down in price quite a lot recently.
Yeah, because I'm under the impression that they're probably trying to. I think they had an even cheaper version on the way.
Yeah,
to
it's called
probably
the
try
Oculus
and target
Go.
that middle ground. Yeah,
Yeah, it's called the Oculus Go. It's basically it's a VR headset that's just a unit, its own thing. It doesn't need to connect to anything. It's not very
So that
powerful,
would be the stepping
but it'll
stone.
do. Yeah, that is definitely a stepping stone. That's £200, $400, and the actual Oculus headset is £400, which is about $700 to $800.
because once you kind of go over that threshold, it just doesn't matter how expensive they are. Like, I'm just going to get the best one.
I mean, I remember they have brought down the Vive price a bit after the Pro came out. So the Vive on its own, so just a Vive without any extra attachments, just the Vive, the controllers and two base stations is now only £500. So it's only £100 more expensive than the Oculus.
Bloody hell!
And it's
Doesn't
definitely
it
the one I'd
remind
go
you?
for.
Yeah, doesn't it just remind you of when like LCD flat screens first launched?
Yeah.
Like, just astronomically expensive for like many years, and then it just all of a sudden just hit this
Just
slippery
dropped.
slope.
Yeah,
of
now you
just-
can get
yeah,
like
just
a
plummeted.
basic 4K TV with smart TV stuff for like £500 tops.
Yeah, it's just like, to put in comparison, like I remember seeing TVs like small Samsung 27-inch LCDs when they first launched for like 2,000 AUD plus, and now you're looking, like you said, 60-inch, 4K, yeah, cheap Sonic brands or something like that, but they're like $500.
It's
insane.
ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully we see that with VR. Like, I hope it drops
I think we
sooner
will.
than later. Yeah.
Like I say, I think this is a step in the right direction in terms of compatibility and them, working out the technology. Because there's always the first adopters that pay,
Yeah,
top dollar.
that's it. And it is highly unique custom tech as well. So it's not like it's just parts off the shelf that goes into this unit. Like, there's huge manufacturing costs behind it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is going to come down in price. It's going to become increasingly more accessible. And we're seeing that as much as it's got it's leaving the headlines a bit in terms of like breakthroughs VR, but it is slowly coming down in price. It's slowly becoming more accessible, and the way I see it, I'm sort of part of the early adopters. So it's like we're basically testing this for the public. Because I mean, when all these things first came out, a lot of the things that were coming out were just sort of they weren't labeled as games; they were labeled as VR
Demos.
experiences, and they were a bit shite. But now people are actually making games for it, and that's great. So I mean, I've got
porting them over. Yeah.
Once the gimmick of it wears off, and studios actually have to put
people actually have to
effort,
make
story,
games
and
into it.
everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
then I think
people are actually
we're gonna see it
making
hit the more
interesting
mainstream.
games now. So there's things like there's a game called Gorn, which is like it's an arena fighter. So you're sort of you play as a gladiator in a really weird floppy world, and that's really fun and cathartic. And then you've got loads of games having adaptations into VR. Like you've got Elite Dangerous, Doom, Fallout, Skyrim. They're all getting. Actually, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice has got a VR edition now, and if you own the game, you just get the VR edition.
Yeah, that I like. I think the issue is, or at least what's cool is, I think it opens up a whole new can of worms in terms of, what people can potentially develop from the ground up for VR. That's really cool, the potential there. But I think the issue is with getting, widespread or mainstream adoption of VR from all these different developers is you can't simply port games on, like you could the Switch or something like that. You do have to completely tailor the experience, right? Because you interact with it differently. So I think that's kind of going to be their biggest hiccup in terms of getting like a game like Doom. That's why I asked, is it just Doom 2016 or is it like some kind of other different version? Because you can't just port them easily over to the headset.
Yeah.
Or to be VR experiences, more accurately.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar in the sense that the Wii U had that issue. Because
the Wii
was
is
so
another good
wildly...
example,
Yeah, exactly. They were so wildly different that the sort of mainstream gaming community was just like, well, no, we're not going to make anything for that because...
Yeah, how do we leverage these controls in a way that makes sense?
It's fucking dumb.
Yeah, exactly. And it's too hard. It's too hard. And I think a lot of people look at VR in terms of porting their games in. It's like, well, we'd have to redesign so much shit just for it to be playable. Yeah.
But then the thing is, in this instance, we've had... Instead of just nothing coming out, we've had a load of VR-centric studios just come up and go, hey, we're just going to make VR games. And that's great. And, that sort of level of third-party support has led to has led to some of the bigger companies go, oh, maybe we should change and adapt some of our games for VR. And I think that's great. Yeah. It's like Elite Dangerous is really fun to play in VR, if a little terrifying.
That game is a perfect VR game. Perfect.
Oh, yeah. It's really good.
You can totally see that terrifying. Just working. I'll tell you what, though, even if, existing properties can't be ported to the VR experience, in terms of redesigning the controllers, I'm happy to just use it as a screen and cover my peripheral. I will use a traditional controller if you want me to play it like that. I just like to see those experiences in there in some way, shape, or form. Again, and I always bring this up because, I have Halo all the way up my arsehole. Being able to be the Master Chief and wear his helmet in VR and see it from his perspective and just play with a controller, that would be cool. I'd love that. That'd be fine.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd be down for that.
It doesn't have to be, I can see my fucking hands and move it around like a wanker. I
suppose then it comes down to the fact that how much you're willing to spend on a TV versus how
exactly.
Much
That's another thing. Because $2,000 for us, Matt, what could we buy with $2,000 TV wise? Almost.
Well, mine only cost me, I think it was about $1,200 Australian, and that's 4K. It runs everything fantastic.
Yeah, we could probably almost
if I was dropping that on just a TV I could wear, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is for now going to be the crutch of the Vive, is that it's very cost prohibitive. But that said, let's segue back to what we were talking about. If that's the case, surely the extra $60 for the Vive Pro compatibility pack won't be that much of a kicker to some people.
No, I don't think it's
the people that can afford the Vive Pro surely
exactly.
won't mind another $60. But at the same time, some people might have just
maybe
bought it.
Or you might be like, I spent more. I should be getting it. I should
Anyway.
be getting these features.
It's a really good idea, the Vive, the wireless Vive adapter. I just hope that it's implemented well, and I will wait until it goes down in price before I buy it. So, anyway, with that out the way, let's move on to the last story of the show.
Cats and hats.
No!
No.
Fuck's sake. Hello, I'm editing this now, and due to something going wrong with Sully's recording, I'm just going to have to trim off the last topic and the end, because it cut off about 10 minutes beforehand, for no reason. Don't you love it? Anyway, thank you for watching. Stay tuned to GameCast for news, reviews, Let's Plays, podcasts, great things, and loads of other stuff, and we'll all see you next time for something else. But yeah, sorry, that was so annoying.